We've reported heavily here on 21 News at 5 about drug overdose deaths and how they have plagued the nation and our region. The Ohio Department of Health reports more than 4,000 people died of an unintentional drug overdose in 2023, with 78% of those deaths involving fentanyl or some form of it. Nationally, the CDC found 105,000 people died from drug overdoses that same year. The new federal Halt Fentanyl Act aims to give law enforcement more power to stop the flow of these drugs by labeling fentanyl and fentanyl-related substances differently. DEA Youngstown Resident Office Agent in Charge Brian Klutzeritz is here with us now to share more about whether this act is really helping to halt the fentanyl use or the supply chain itself. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, so Brian, how is the HALT Act designed to slow down or help to stop the opioid epidemic?
For us, the HALT Act, as far as enforcement wise, it doesn't have too much of an effect on with us. It gives us more of a tool because what it does is fentanyl related substances, it classifies them as a Schedule I controlled substance, which is basically there's no medical use, no medical use, and it's highly addictive. So for us, it does give us a tool. Whether fentanyl-related substances are going to be a Schedule I substance now, which will help with charging and sentencing and so forth down the road. But as far as this affecting our day-to-day operations, it doesn't really affect that. We keep going after the Sinaloa and the Jalisco New Generation cartels, and we're not going to stop doing that. And we just keep moving along with our mission here at DEA.
Do you think the arrests are enough then, if you're able to do more of those with the way this is scheduled, to deter the supply chain from growing, or is that maybe not how you look at it?
Yeah, that's always going to be a deterrent. I mean, it's certain people are going to look at that as a deterrent, that they can be arrested now for selling anything with fentanyl in it. I mean, a lot of people that do overdose and die do have no idea that there's fentanyl in those drugs that they're taking, those fake pills or so forth, whatever, methamphetamine, cocaine, as we're starting to see fentanyl mixed with a lot of those drugs. But it may be a deterrent to some people, but some people it's not going to be a deterrent.
You're also warning about a recent rise in carfentanil making its way into the illegal drug supply chain. How concerning is this drug compared to others like fentanyl and heroin?
Well, it's very concerning because carfentanil is much more powerful than regular fentanyl, and that's always a concern to us. I mean, the leading cause of death in the United States right now between 18 and 45-year-old is overdose or accidental or poisoning, which the cartels are poisoning American citizens by putting the fentanyl into these drugs.
Ohio and Michigan also issued some public alerts about that drug, the carfentanil, so we'll have more on that tonight at 6. But what kind of drug trends are you seeing funneled into the valley right now? Would you say it's more of a mix of meth with other types of opioids?
Right now, we're seeing an uptick in meth right now. Methamphetamine is very cheap on the southwest border. The cartels are mass producing this and they're just flooding the market with meth right now. We do see things such as xylazine, fentanyl mixed with methamphetamine. We also see that mixed with cocaine.
And Trumbull County saw a record peak of 134 drug overdose deaths in 2017. I reported on a number of families that were impacted by this, the ripple effect that it had, and those record-breaking numbers year after year. Do you believe the sources can be stopped, whether it's made here in the U.S. or outside of our nation's borders?
Yes, I do. And that's one thing of DEA, that's our mission, to stop these cartels. And we're not stopping doing what we're doing until they're eliminated and defeated.
How much do you think scheduling the drugs this way might deter the actual manufacturers outside of the U.S. from making fentanyl?
That's hard to say. We really don't know. I would like to think it does have an effect on them, but that's yet to be seen.
All right, a lot of awareness to spread. Thank you so much for, Brian, taking your time to join us to spread what you know and to make sure everyone is aware of what's happening. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. You're welcome.